Good day, everyone. As we will be having a Hutao rerun banner in the next update, and with many people giving reasons why you should roll for our local funeral director, for the sake of fairness and to avoid potential disappointments, I figured I'd give a few reasons why you might not want to pull for Hutao. Now, to be clear, the intention of this video is not to dissuade you from getting her. If you are like me and rolled for her because you love her appearance, personality, and voice actress, and so on, then by all means roll for her, and I wish you the best of luck obtaining our walnut. However, there are a few things about Hutao that I feel are not largely talked about when asked if you should pull for her, and also potential reasons you might not enjoy using her, which largely depend on whether you get only one copy of her or if you are aiming for her C1. When thinking of not enjoying actually using a character despite being very good, Ganyu for me springs to mind. Ganyu is widely considered the best DPS unit in the game, but if you greatly dislike aim shots, then you might not end up enjoying using her. A C0 Hutao has something similar. Due to her pyro infusion from her E, which also makes her charge attack faster, paired with the polearm's lack of an ICD on charged attacks, normal attacks follow the usual 3-hit rule, Hutao is really meant to charge spam. This in and of itself is fine, but Hutao's charge attack sends her a great distance. So if used normally, will send Hutao greatly past most enemies. And when you add in the game's mandatory aim assist, Hutao ends up feeling like an uncontrollable bull. And so in order to deal with this, you either have to dash cancel or jump cancel the charge attack. But dash canceling isn't viable here, as you will run out of stamina in no time and will no longer be able to charge spam, if you do not have her first constellation, as this removes her charge attack stamina cost, and so you can use that stamina to instead dash. Without her first con, you will have to jump cancel, which is where the potential unenjoyment could become a factor. If you hate jump canceling and do not go for her C1, you may severely dislike playing her, and then possibly regret using your primos instead of getting someone you would enjoy playing more. At the same time though, if you truly hate jump canceling, but still really want to use her, then you might consider going for her C1 to make her more enjoyable. So when her trial run comes out, I would highly suggest using it to decide whether or not you are okay with jump canceling or charge attack spams before pulling, instead of just pulling for her because people have told you that she is the best or one of the best single target units in the game. Now, piggybacking off this last sentence, you may also be thinking of pulling for Hutao mostly because you've been told that she is one of the best units for single target DPS, and you feel like you probably should get one of those to make your account better. I would say this once again depends. But this time instead of constellations on her weapon, as it truly does make her a beast. A homeless Hutao, on the other hand, while still a great character, don't get me wrong, isn't much better, even single target, than a 4-star pyro polearm character, xiangling. To show this, we'll quickly look at one rotation of each with the same team, with the same weapon, same artifact set, with similar levels of substats against the Primo Geovishap. Now, as Bennett has inverse synergy with Hutao, I have nuked Bennett's health and healing bonus, while also starting with very low health Hutao, which can sometimes be difficult to do in the Abyss due to her burst healing her. And we can see I get pretty close to killing in one rotation. As for xiangling, admittedly I don't do a great job at vaporizing her burst here, and so could have done a bit more damage had I done so. But ignoring that, we can see xiangling's team did do less damage, but not really by all that much. And as you may have noticed, I was on Jincho the majority of the time, specifically to show that while Hutao has to be the active character, xiangling does not, and so you could use another carry along with her, say Child for example. And then another major point to factor in is AoE. There's a reason why Hutao is considered a very strong single target DPS rather than a DPS in general, and that is because her charge attacks are very difficult to hit multiple enemies, in a large part due to the game's aim assist, while xiangling has a much easier time hitting multiple enemies. Now again, this isn't to say that a homeless Hutao is bad at all, she is a great character. This is just to, I guess, explain that you do not need Hutao, as you already have a character which can get close to her damage in some situations while actually doing more in others. And so, to get her because you like her, rather than because you think she will drastically improve your account. One other way you might use Hutao is as a burst DPS, where you swap into her just for her burst and swap off of her. And while you can of course do this, a C0 homeless Hutao is going to deal much less burst damage than other 5-stars actually built for this role. With a team made just for her burst, we can see here I get her to deal roughly 220,000 damage. A similar Ayaka with much worse substats can tick for 27,000. Not sure why practically none of those crit despite having, I believe, 75% crit rate, because we can't freeze this enemy. which ordinarily against a frozen enemy would pretty much all crit, and so deal over 500,000 damage. And I believe a well-built Eula can hit similar to Hutao's number, with no one else even in the party. So of course, you can use her as a burst DPS, but there are other characters which can perform this role better, or at least deal more damage. So to wrap up, again, I am not trying to dissuade you at all from getting our precious Trickster. If you want her, by all means get her. I simply wanted to make this video, both for anyone who think they need to get a Hutao, and that is their major reason for pulling, and also to bring up a possible reason why you might not enjoy playing her if you do not go for her C1, to hopefully help some people avoid getting a character that they will end up not using, or feel like they wasted their Primo Gems on. So if you are on the fence about getting a C0 Hutao, I would highly suggest trying her charge attacks into jump cancels during her trial run to see whether you are fine with it, actually like it, or hate it before pulling. And with that, we reach the end of the video. Are you planning to pull for Child or Hutao? Perhaps just for Thoma? Who, by the way, I think could work quite nicely with Hutao, but we'll have to see when the banner drops. Are you going to be going for Constellations? Or perhaps hoping Homa will be back to try and grab a copy of that for a Hutao you already have? Do let me know, along with anything else you are excited for in 2.2, down below in the comments. And as usual, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you again next time, and hope you all have a great day.